amazing people! Welcome back to another episode of Dean and Gertie Explore the World. In this episode, we're stepping into Colonial Williamsburg, where history isn't just told, it's lived. Join us as we train with a 1700s firearm, play an old-school tavern game with the historian, taste 18th century chocolate, and end the night with a spooky ghost tour. Want to make the most of your trip? We've got all the best tips in the details. Now let's travel back into the 1700s.
You guys want to play? You want to play? So the three of us can play against each other now. It's a dice game. So you've got, this will be your scoreboard, this is your scoreboard, and this is mine. And you roll the dice, and then you count the number that you roll. And then you find that number on your scoreboard and get rid of it. So what does 6 plus 2? Yep. Okay, so take down the 8. And then you roll. What did you roll? With that, 6 and 4 is what?
10.
Yep, 6 plus 4 is 10. So you take down your 10. Good. So I rolled a 7. So we just keep going around. Now, hopefully we'll be able to get them all down. So it's called shutting the box. Okay. Okay, but now what you do is you got to make it. You can use any of these to add up to 8. So you look around. So what would you do? I would start with there you go. Do 6 and 3.
That's cool.
I've done a lot of kids that play this at school.
Really?
Teachers have it in their math. It's the math.
They didn't have good schools, I guess.
Yeah, but what does that? Yeah, it's just a rock. It's a flint rock. So it's a special rock that if you hit it a certain way on this metal, guess what it creates? A spark. And then sparks will fall into that pan and it'll ignite gunpowder and it'll shoot the musket. Bring it around and you put some gunpowder right here in this pan, shut the pan, pour the rest of the gunpowder in, put the bullet in, take the ramrod out, ram it down all the way to the bottom. So you hear that? That means it's empty, which is what we want today. Now, I don't normally do this. You guys are special. Watch this. I'm going to watch. It comes out here. Watch it. Right here. As I pull this back, what happens? See that little spark that shot up? So that hopefully you can get more of them. And those sparks, some of those will fall into the pan and touch the gunpowder, ignite the gunpowder, and look right there. See the hole?
Yeah.
And so all the gunpowder I put in the barrel would then ignite and chain reaction.
So we are heading into historic Williamsburg. We've never been here. I'm kind of super excited because I've never been here, and anybody that knows me knows I'm an idiot for things that I've never done. So we are going to go check it out. I don't know really what to expect other than the fact that there's a full town that we get to explore. And it's going to be nuts. And I'm super excited. I'm excited to have Dean and Gertie with me. And Jeff and I are going to see what trouble we can get into because we just found a bunch of stuff in the gift shop that we wanted to buy, but we don't have any room for it. So what are you going to do?
Wants to get in there? Nope, they've got it locked up.
You put your hands through here and your head through there.
Oh my gosh, sis. What'd you do? What'd you do to get yourself in trouble? Dean, don't get your head stuck in there, dude. Because we won't be able to get you out. For real.
I just hurt my head.
Dean, what happened?
I put my head in there and
Too tight.
What did you do?
my head's too big.
Another one.
going to the hyphen drum and hyphen drum.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, so we're gonna go see it.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
All right, so they would govern in this building until roughly the 1740s when a fire would break out, and then they would build a second capital that they'd govern until the early 1800s when they would move the capital to its final location in Richmond. Now, that building would also suffer from a fire, so by the time the 1930s come around, they'd have to reconstruct the building. On the original foundations, they reconstructed the original capital from the early 1700s. So we're looking at the third building overall on the site.
How would you like to have to live in here, sis? One window, double iron bars on the windows, arm shackles. If you had to be shackled to the wall,
Ooh, this is the toilet.
the loo, then you had to climb all the way up there to the top.
Gertie's have a seat on the throne.
Gertie sit on the toilet.
There's only one hole.
Right,
We need to fight over it.
so Gertie's in shackles, has to stay there watching
Dean poop.
Dean poop.
Just imagine if you really had to have someone standing right there with you.
I know.
Pants are down.
Oh man, you would probably look that way, wouldn't you? You'd look this way.
Now, if you were forced to look this way at the other person, that would not be a pretty scene. Never had something to make the stink not come out. Just imagine cooking in your stink.
Ooh, Dean stuck his hand in there. Ooh,
Oh
ooh.
my god, there's actually a downhill.
What, dude? People poop in there.
Filed and fit to build the lock itself. Once all the metal parts are completely finished, then we grab that and we're about finished. That's home stretch.
And the gunsmith makes all these parts.
We do. Somebody did a study on it and said, here's
To put it in perspective, this really helps. It would have been cheaper for you to get on a carriage, take it to the coast here, get on a ship, go to London, get on a carriage in London, travel in.
It took him a whole year to make one gun. And you had to get all the pieces, and the only thing you could buy was metal.
Do you want to go in, Dean?
So long as nobody's chewing gum. We know hair and gum don't mix, right?
We don't find women wearing wigs unless there's a medical need for it, and that's very, very rare that documentation comes through. Every now and again, we do encounter a portrait that we suppose might be a wig, but that's like guessing someone's wearing a wig today for medical reasons. It's just polite to let that slide unless they bring it up. Yeah, but we found evidence in I forget where in Britain. It was one of the major cities in Britain, but I don't think it was London, where a woman comes to a wig maker and pays him to, quote, shave her head the rest of the way. And the reason I'm building a wig for the apothecary shop is because Dr. Cecere, one of the 18th century doctors, in fact he and Dr. Cole both, shopped with the same wig maker whose account book survives. So I actually know what to make.
For a reminder, this is my left side. This is my right side. Which side is this?
Left.
Which side is this?
Right.
What if I went over here?
Right.
And if I held up this hand? But just to throw you off? And just to remind you? And just as a confuser? Very good. Now.
This, the lock, the trigger, the muzzle, ramrod.
Very good. Put the butt of the musket on the ground by your right foot. Order. Firelocks. Grab the musket. Bring it down to the ground. Right side. Shoulder. Firelocks. Good. Order. Firelocks. Reps. Bring it around. Pour that gunpowder down the muzzle. Push in the paper and bullet. Draw out the ramrod. Seat the cartridge. Take your ramrod out again so you do not shoot it across the battlefield. Happens more than you think. And once the ramrod is back, come back up to shoulder firelock. Muskets are not accurate, so the hope is if we all shoot at something, we will be more likely to hit it. So let's give it a try. The commands are make, ready, grab the wrist, bring it up on the left side, and pull back on the cock. What sound did that make before? Very good. You will then take aim. Bring it into the right shoulder and aim your gun, and you will then fire. That was weak. Let's try a boom. Fire. Good. And as soon as you have fired, you drop back into the loading position. Because very likely the officer's going to give the command, prime and load. First step, half-cock your firelock. What sound does that make? Handle your cartridge. Bite it open. Spit out the paper. Prime. Shut pan. Cast them out. Charge with cartridge. Push in the bullet. Draw out the ramrod. Seat it. Put the ramrod back. Up the shoulder. Make. Ready. Click. Fire. Right back to the loading position. Shoulder.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna eat this chocolate, and it has peppers, a hint of vanilla, and some orange, and some other stuff.
It's chocolate from an original recipe from 1700.
Can someone hold this? Let me try.
You're gonna have to eat it because it's gonna melt. Okay, tell me what you think.
It's pretty weird.
It tastes pretty real.
Weird.
Weird.
It's really good.
You can taste all the stuff in there, can't you? A little cinnamon, a little vanilla.
The cinnamon tastes awesome.
With the dark chocolate.
Okay.
This is a recipe from the original Williamsburg colony. It's pretty crazy. It's got vanilla, orange, cinnamon, and pepper in it. You can taste it. Taste all those ingredients.
Yeah.
Absorb that in the stomach, and that's the first time that we see it. We don't know whether, however, that's been a practice previous to this or not, mostly because records prior to then are few and far between. It's got between 64 and 100 ingredients, depending upon which recipe you're looking at. And it's supposed to treat all poisons, including things like the bite of a ragged dog, viper's bite, animal stings, curdled milk, and plant poisons, and ginseng weed, which is being used medicinally as well. It's the only thing in there that actually has any kind of antidote properties. And so in the 1740s, we strike it from all the books. Plastic medicine during the Revolutionary War can be used to treat fevers like cramps and malarial fits. Turns out, while we don't have the chemistry knowledge to understand quite why it works, it is the only natural source of quinine, which is what we use to treat those things today. Camphor here is the resin of the camphor tree from Japan, and it is the same thing, and honestly, in this form, the same purpose as your Vicks Vapor Rub. So, but instead of smearing it on yourself, you're going to just take a block of that, carry it in your handkerchief, and take a whiff when you need to open up the nose. And if you guys want to smell it through the paper, you're welcome to do so. It's going to smell just like this.
Oh, do it, sis.
Really strong smell, right? And if I dissolve it in oil, I have just made Tiger Balm or Icy Hot or Bengay. There's rubs for sore muscles and arthritis that go on initially really chilly and then they warm up over time. Implying that I am low class. Yeah, I'm dirty and I'm sick. And I'm not. I'm training to be a doctor, or I am a doctor. How could you possibly call me low class?
Yeah.
And that's going to be, it's that ego that comes into play for a long time. 1847 is germ theory. Late 1880s is going to be actually getting everyone to finally wash their hands. And then it's actually not until the 1940s that we start really thinking about sterile surgery theaters or operating.
We're gonna go on an historic ghost hunt.
A historic what?
Ghost hunt
Tonight? Where? Where are we?
at Haunted Williamsburg.
Haunted what?
Haunted.
Williamsburg?
Yeah.
Dan, where are we at?
Haunted Williamsburg.
And we're going to see what?
Ghost.
Monica is super scared. You can tell by the stoic look in her eyeball that she is scared to death. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you scared?
I'm scared. No.
You're not scared at all?
I don't really believe in ghosts. Protect me from the ghost. It's a magic rock that they will be scared away by. A ghost is somebody that's not real, that is dashed away and holds. Yeah, like this. And this is equal block charm. Keep the ghosts away.
Pretty large group. And again, haunted Williamsburg, downtown at night.
Everybody. Rule number 3, if you have anything that makes light or sound that is not medically necessary to do so, please silence that for me. Now, trust me, I like classic rock as much as the next person. Oh. She gets up there and she settles into sleep. She hears, and let's go with red eyes. She sees that her sister is touched so tightly to the bed that sheets don't even know her. She's not so much as pushed in her sleep.
Dean, what'd you think of that story?
That's scary.
Even with those ideas intact, but I think we can all agree that we all believe is that our time together has sadly come to an end. So thank you for coming out with us tonight.
Thank you. Maybe it is haunted. I don't know. But I didn't. It was more like a spooky campfire night for me.
I think my scariest one is when the guy was in the house and he had this strange vortex that let monsters come in and eat him and stuff. That was probably the scariest one for me. I think it's haunted.
You think it's haunted?
Yeah.
Did you see any ghosts? You think you saw a ghost?
Hey everyone, thank you again for joining us as we explored Colonial Williamsburg. From firearms training to ghostly tales, this was one for the books. If you're planning a visit, check the details for our money-saving tips and our favorite ways to have the best experience ever. And tell us, what's your favorite way to experience history? Ghost tours, reenactments, hands-on activities? Drop a comment. We'd love to hear your feedback. Don't forget to subscribe for more epic adventures, and as always, never stop exploring!